Hey everyone, welcome back to more Raincoat, and this time we're doing the currently last sub-story. Not the last for real because Vivia's hasn't come out yet, it will come out later this month. But for now, we're doing the last sub-story, Halara, Raining Cats and Dog. One dog, just one. The Nocturnal Detective Agency receives a request to investigate an unusual drowning. Was it suicide or murder? Will Master Detective Halara be able to solve this odd and onerous case? Oh yeah, I'm excited for this. I love Halara. Oh my god, immediately.
Halara, do you know where the milk I put in the fridge went? I was saving it for my coffee.
Ah, Yako.
Beats me.
That's my seat, you know.
Nope, mine now. Pay
How
me.
much?
Yes, I knew it!
How much do you want for it? I'll pay your asking price. Well?
You gotta be kidding. Fine. Just keep sitting there.
I will.
Thank you.
Huh? Someone's coming. I wasn't expecting guests today.
I wonder who it could be. Oh, hello.
Right this way. It's a bit cramped in here.
So, did somebody this girl knows drown?
Are you the chief of the Nocturnal Detective Agency?
Yes.
My name is Tetra.
Petra.
Pleased to meet you.
Alright, interesting. Yes, I am the chief now.
I'm the chief. That's just one of our detectives.
Oh, excuse me. Your detective was sitting at the biggest desk here, so I assumed that...
Yeah.
My seat gets stolen the moment I leave it open. Let's sit down.
I want to get a DLC case for Yako. I mean, I guess we already have the book, which I'm very excited about, but, I mean, I want to get, like, a little case for Yako, because he's the only one who hasn't gotten one yet, at least announced. We know Vivia's coming out this month. I love that,
I was told you
Courage the
investigate
Cowardly Dog chair.
murders.
A murder case. It's possible for us to handle it, but what we can or can't do depends on whether or not the peacekeepers have already gone through it.
I see. My father passed away in a rather bizarre manner. The peacekeepers declared it was an
Okay,
accidental
so somebody pushed him into the river or whatever?
death, but I just can't believe it was an accident.
The peacekeepers usually try to declare any unnatural deaths as accidents. Why do you suspect that it wasn't one?
My father kept tropical fish as a hobby. One morning, he was found dead, drowned with his head stuck in the fish tank.
I mean, that could be an accident, theoretically.
Do you really think that could be an accident?
Maybe, I don't know, we gotta look into
Drowned
it.
with his head stuck in a fish tank?
No, but this is definitely a murder.
Can you describe the situation?
Or it was intentional. Ooh.
The fish tank is set rather low, so you can view it from above. My father was in a kneeling position, with his head dunked into the water.
That sure is bizarre. What did the peacekeepers have to say?
They say he was electrocuted, and passed out when he touched the temperature control switch with wet hands.
Wet hands? Okay, so he didn't die from drowning. Or maybe he passed out. He died from electrocution then, maybe.
And he fell into the water and drowned, unfortunately.
Wouldn't he have woken up if he was drowning? I feel like that would have been enough of a, like, thing to, like, shock him awake. Shock, get it? But, like, yeah, no. Assuming... I don't think it was... If it had been an accident, he probably would have woken up before he drowned, right?
Are you sure the cause of death was drowning?
Yes, that appears to be the case without a doubt. A trustworthy doctor did the autopsy.
It was Mikon.
I see. From what you've said, you can't really deny that it could have been an accident.
No, the problem is the room where my father passed away. It was obvious that someone else had rummaged around.
What do you mean?
Well, the room has lots of tropical fish tanks lined up.
Oh, the music stopped.
But on the day my father died,
Ooh,
all
this
of them
looks
were
nice.
shattered to pieces.
Somebody really
And
hates
of course,
fish.
there was water and dead fish all over the floor.
Damn.
Someone must have forced their way into the room to do something so terrible. I believe my father was murdered by whoever did that. This must be a murder. Please uncover the truth of my father's death.
What do you think, Halara?
Beats me. I wasn't paying attention.
Sorry. I don't listen to people unless they pay me money.
Don't lie. There's no way you couldn't hear us.
You can assume I don't exist, unless pay is involved.
I can pay. My father left me an inheritance.
Oh, don't mind my detective. Our rates are always reasonable here.
Then you'll investigate this case on my behalf?
Huh?
Well, I wasn't actually planning on doing it, but
Yes, of course. As detectives sworn to protect this town, we can't leave any mysteries unsolved.
remember, this is before Yuma shows up, so Yako is even less, like, willing to do things.
Thank you. I'm so happy I worked up the courage to come here.
The Nocturnal Detective Agency is here to protect the peace of Kanai Ward. You can always count on us. As for investigating this case, we'll check out the crime scene soon. Promise.
Woo.
Jeez.
Here we go.
That was rather reckless of you to promise.
It's not like I have a choice. I can't just abandon people in need. I'm Yako Furio, chief of the Nocturnal Detective Agency. I gotta protect this town.
Yako, dude, it's sad hearing all this knowing what we know now about Yako. Especially, like,
Do you
given
even
his whole
have a
plot.
single lead to solve this case?
What? Of course. I'm a detective after all.
I haven't even investigated anything, but, you know, I know.
If I proceed with the investigation, I'm sure I can find some kind of clue. But I'll need your help, Halara.
That depends on the payment.
100 million
I don't
Chien
have a
right
lot
now.
of money.
And you know that I don't work for cheap.
Then, how about a deal instead?
What deal?
If you solve this case, I'll let you keep a...
Oh, that's right. My one weakness.
Really?
Oh my god, that's so
Yes,
cute.
really?
All right, I'll do it.
Hey, where are you going?
To the crime scene.
Yes,
Hold on.
for the
You
kitty.
just left. Why don't you wait until tomorrow?
No.
Fine.
Aw.
I shall review the case's records until then.
Halara's fee is cheaper than I thought.
That's adorable. All right, here we go. What's the dog about? There's one dog? What's that for?
Thank you for coming. You really are willing to investigate the case.
Well, that's our duty at the Nocturnal Detective Agency. Your house is pretty big. Your father must have been well off.
Yeah, this one room in the house.
Yes. My father owned a medical devices company. He contributed to Kanai Ward's medical advancements for years.
Oh, did he? Oh, that's interesting.
I simply can't believe he met his
Oh,
end
there's
like
the...
this.
That's just his legs.
We'll find justice for him.
Thank you. I am in your... This
Oh,
is my
sorry.
fiancé, Jaren.
Jaren.
We've been living together for about a year now.
Petra and Jaren. Is that a some kind of thing? I don't know.
Nice to meet you. I'd like to ask you more about the details later, but Can we take a look at the scene for now? Oh, before that, do you have a photo of your father?
Of course. Here's a picture from when he was still alive.
Thank you. Halara, over here. I'll leave
Okay,
the
he
investigation
looks
to you.
Suitably
It's a
old.
bit too cramped for all of us to be wandering about. I'll keep speaking to them outside. Talk to me when you're done.
Let's do it. Investigation time, baby.
Now, time to review the cards I've been dealt.
Oh yeah. Investigation,
Definitely
baby.
want to remember this.
And clues. You can review the info. We already know this, but I still want to read it because I miss Shinigami, man. You can review the info of acquired clues. Alright. Let's look at the wet floor.
Right.
There are some stains on the floor. It is likely due to the water spilled from the fish tanks. Other than that, nothing else seems suspicious. Oh man, I haven't actually gotten to do Halara's voice yet. That's interesting.
I see.
The equipment and food for the tropical fish are placed together. Seems like nothing has been used since the incident. There's some dust. Alright. Oh, okay, hang on. We can look in detail here. It's all
All of the
destroyed.
fish tanks have been shattered.
Okay, this one actually has voice lines.
There's broken glass scattered on the inside, which means it's certain someone smashed it inward. Why would someone do this?
Inward. I mean, obviously nobody was in the tank smashing it from the from the inside, but yeah. I guess they wanted to drown him, but like, surely this wasn't the best like way to drown someone, right? Just smashing the tanks and letting all the water spill into the floor.
It's a regular sliding window with a crescent lock. There are no suspicious marks on it. There's a small veranda outside. We're on the second
Veranda.
floor, so any rain that falls off the eaves flows to the drain.
Okay, that could be important. Maybe to get rid of evidence? Using the drain? I don't know. Hang on.
An ordinary vent.
It's a fan.
There's some blue paint on the inner side of the frame.
You think that's from inside the tank?
Looks like something rubbed against it. This may have something to do with the case.
Rub marks and looks like blue paint. Somebody was just rubbing the fan for some reason. On the wall. Oh, yeah, that wall is
What is
wet.
this?
Hold
There's
on.
a stain here that looks like a horizontal line.
Wait, did they flood the entire room up to that point? I feel like that's the only explanation for why there would be this type of mark on the wall.
Upon close inspection, there appears
Oh,
to
it's
be
on the
a
door
faint
too.
outline
They
of the same
definitely-
stain along all 4 walls.
They totally flooded the entire room, didn't they? That's definitely something. Okay. Let's look at the outline. If we can. Nope, we can't. Okay, the game won't let us. What have we not looked at yet? The door? Yeah, it has the same stains. Yeah, the door is also more stained than everything
There's
else.
a sticky substance stuck to the door frame.
Okay.
Perhaps tape residue?
Tape? Why? Maybe they were trying to, like, completely shut the door out to make sure no water got outside, so they used tape? I've investigated things of note, but... But? Not gonna finish that sentence? Alright.
That's about all I can investigate for now. I should go talk to our clients before I observe the crime scene at the time the body was discovered. The crime scene has been inspected, Chief.
Thanks.
Was he just waiting at the door?
There are a few things I'd like to confirm.
Yes, please ask me anything.
Can you give me the details of when you
Wait, when did she
discovered the
turn
body?
British? What the hell? What happened?
It was, I think, around 6 in the morning. My father usually woke up early for breakfast, but when I went to get him, he wasn't in his room.
6, okay.
So I looked around and noticed Sugar barking at this room.
Sugar.
Sugar?
That's the name of our dog.
Okay, so that's what the dog is about. How's the dog involved in this case? Already just going to the worst possible solution. Aw, he's such a good boy. Oh, look at him.
Hey!
Yay! Stock barking sound effects. Oh, sorry.
She's
Sorry about
barely
that.
friendly with anyone.
Stock barking sound effects.
She barks at me all the time.
There.
Halara loves animals. That's
continue?
amazing. That's so cute.
Oh, sorry. Sugar was barking in front of the room, so I opened the door to take a look. There I saw my father. His head was in the fish tank. He was already gone.
I heard her scream and ran over. But what I saw took my breath away.
Yeah, no wonder.
The fish tanks were all destroyed. The floor was covered with water.
Yeah, the room entirely was flooded, right?
All the tropical fish father loved
Surely,
were
that has to be
scattered
it.
across the floor, dead.
Were they valuable?
I'm not sure. I don't know how much they were worth, but the fact is, my father cared for them a great deal.
If the fish were expensive, do you think someone tried to steal them?
Are you implying my father's murder was an afterthought?
Well, I'm just considering possibilities.
If they were going to steal the fish, I doubt they'd smash the tanks.
Yeah, I mean, and if they were going to steal the fish, I doubt they would leave the fish in the room.
You're right.
Do you know the estimated time of death for the victim?
I believe it was around 10 o'clock the night before.
When was the last time you saw him alive?
Right around 7 that night. I ate dinner with him. He went to his room after that.
Estimated time
Does
of
anyone
death.
else live here?
It's just me and him now. The servant left after me.
Tell me,
Oh, sorry.
what were you doing around 10 that night?
There's the servant, too. That might play into the picture.
After finishing dinner with my father, I did some cleaning and washed the dishes. Jaren came to the dining hall around 8 for dinner. And then we watched TV in the living room until around midnight.
Yes. I know for certain we were together between 8 and midnight.
Did you ever get up during that time? Such as to go to the bathroom?
I don't think so.
Were there any screams or sounds of a struggle around 10
For some
at night?
reason, my mind is always immediately jumping to the saddest conclusion. What if Jaren is the killer?
No, not at all.
I see. That leaves me wondering who entered that room, when they did, and why they smashed all the fish tanks.
Yeah, thanks. We were already wondering that.
The fish tanks are large and have thick glass. You'd think you'd hear them being smashed.
How we actually... It's cool that we actually get to see Yaku doing some proper detective work.
True. All I know for certain is that we didn't hear anything like that.
Uh-huh. So they have
Do you
alibis.
often
Or
come
do
in
they?
and out
Who
of this
knows? There might be something.
Not at all. Only my father used this room.
What did the peacekeepers have to say when they saw the state of things in the room?
They said my father was stressed out. That he lost control and smashed all the tanks himself.
That sounds like the Peacekeepers.
Was he actually stressed out?
Truth be told, my father was lamenting over a prized tropical fish he had accidentally killed that morning.
That would not be enough to drive him to suicide. No
I
way.
thought he could have done something extreme, given how much he regretted his mistake.
No, that's not. No.
He did look rather depressed.
I don't think so.
Still, my mild-mannered father would never do something like this.
Did you notice anything strange about your father during dinner?
He was sad about the fish, but he ate normally. I didn't notice anything in particular.
It's hard to think he was so distraught that he'd smash all the tanks on his own.
Besides, I mean, what a way to atone for his mistakes. Smash all the tanks and kill the other fish, too.
You're right.
I don't think so.
But that's what the peacekeepers told us happened.
I'll take another look around. For now, I'd like to ask you to leave the room.
So you're gonna do that thing, yeah? I'm counting on you.
Oh, it's post-cognition time. Okay, yeah. Because that's what was missing. I guess, yeah, we always use the fortes in these. I never even realized how much we were using the fortes, especially like with Fubuki and Desuhiko, but
Let's wait outside.
it's time! We actually get to like use it for the purpose that it was meant to be used. Alright, let's do it. I can't wait for that. I love post-cognition. Such a cool ability.
The trump card is still face down. Time to use my post-cognition to see how things were at the time the body was first discovered.
Let's go! Alright. Oh, there he is. Alright, let's look at this first of all. Also, hang on. The room isn't flooded after all. Oh, wow, this is weird. Okay, hang on. I feel like there's a lot more. Alright, let's just look at the body for now. Hang on.
The victim's body is kneeling against the edge of a fish tank, with his head inside. Like the other tanks, this one is smashed up too. Looking closely, he is soaking wet. It'd make sense if it was just his upper body, but for his whole body to be soaked is unusual.
The entire body... Again, my theory still stands. The entire room was completely flooded. It makes sense for his whole body to be completely wet if, like, as you can see, like, it matches up with the lines. Alright, the stains are still here. It seems the stains on the walls were present when the body was found. I don't see any particular differences. Now, if the stains are darker than they are currently, does that mean they were made around this time? Yep, they definitely were. Oh wait, it's open now. Okay.
Anyone could come and go through here. Perhaps this is how the culprit entered the place.
Kind of careless to just leave it unlocked like that. Unless it was the Ooh, Nemo!
There's a dead tropical fish in the
Oh no!
veranda. Why would that be there?
Oh no, poor Nemo, man. Couldn't make it back to his father in time. What do we got here?
There are dead tropical
Another Nemo.
fish
All right,
everywhere.
cool.
The whole floor is completely drenched.
I want to find Dory anywhere. Hang on. That's a lot of clownfish. Oh wait, there she is. There's Dory. I see her.
I see.
At the time the body was found, many things were scattered around. Could this sort of mess be caused by just a broken fish tank?
I see.
All tanks seem to have been smashed inward. There's not much difference from the room in its present state. Okay, so everything seems pretty much the same otherwise. What do we got on the door? Even in post-cognition, traces of a sticky substance are on the frame. Was some kind of tape stuck on? Again, the tape, maybe it was to, like, keep the door from opening? They could have just locked it, right? I guess that wouldn't have been enough. Since the water also got through the lock, too, probably. What else is there to see? Can we leave? No. What is there to see? I'm kinda lost right now. Hold on. Oh, wait, maybe this? No? Not the knocked over lamp? Can we look up? Oh, there we go, the vent. Right, forgot about that.
The paint stuck on the frame can be seen here.
Okay, so it was already there at the time of the murder, too.
I'm beginning to see the truth behind this case.
Are you? I mean, I
investigating
see
I need to do
some
now.
truths, but I don't know if it's enough to pinpoint anything.
Are you done?
Oh, doggy! Oh, what is that?
The dog has something in her mouth.
Hey, Sugar!
What's this?
Is that a pipe?
That's Sugar's favorite toy. It's just a rubber hose tied up in a knot.
That's important.
Ever since she was a puppy, Sugar has loved playing tug-of-war with a rubber hose.
That's important.
So I still make toys out of hoses like this. But I don't think I made one for her recently. Where did she get it from?
Wow, that's interesting. Let me take a look.
Oh yeah, that host was definitely using the crime
Wait,
somehow.
don't touch it.
What's wrong?
Put that in a plastic bag without touching it directly. I believe it's evidence.
That's evidence?
Consider it a precaution.
What? Where could this have been used, though? I mean, maybe the host... That looks way too small to bring in any water. That thing is tiny. I mean, it is a toy, right? Unless...
How's the investigation going? Are the peacekeepers right? Did my father pass away due to an accident? Or was it...
The answer is clear. This was no accident, but a murder.
Let's go.
Huh? Really?
What makes you think it's a murder?
My thinking.
Oh god, hold on, okay, let me think. I mean, the fish tanks don't really... The window! Cause, yeah, it was locked. It was unlocked. Somebody got in, right? But then also the walls and, like, the whole, like, the fact that the entire place was flooded. But then again, that could have just come from smashing the tanks, right? I'm gonna say the window, and if it's wrong... What about it? Open. The window was open.
No, it's not enough
Okay,
to disprove
fine.
the theory that it was an accident.
Alright. Was it the walls then? Wet.
No.
God damn it! Okay, fine. What is it then? The floors? What about the floor? The floor is not open. The floor is not shattered. The floor is wet.
No.
That's not...
It's not.
Okay, then, is it the fish tanks? I guess shattered fish tanks.
The
That's
victim
the only...
died with his head in the fish tank.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Am I an idiot?
Yes.
I mean, we already
That
know
is
I am,
certain.
but still.
As you can see, this fish tank was destroyed like all the others.
Except what?
That
What's
is
the
far too
difference?
strange. It means something logically impossible.
Oh
occurred.
yeah, hang on. I mean, why would he smash it? Assuming... Yeah, because he died, like, he went... It was open, right? This fish tank is open on the top, so you could, like, drown from just, like, diving in, like, you know, through the top. There was no reason to smash this one.
Impossible? What do you mean?
I shouldn't have to explain it. If the victim drowned with his head in the tank, then it had to be filled with water. But as you can see, the fish tank is destroyed, meaning it is unable to contain water.
Right.
Like with the other tanks, the water spilled out when it was smashed, emptying it.
Honestly, this culprit is kind of stupid. Why would they go to all the trouble of, like, filling up the room with water when they could have just, I don't know, drowned him normally in the tank?
So how could the victim drown in a fish tank that held no water?
And it would have ended up with less evidence.
Oh, now that you mention it.
The peacekeepers claim the victim was disoriented and smashed the fish tanks himself. But if the victim was still alive when he smashed the fish tanks, it would have been impossible for him to have drowned. In other words, the victim was drowned, then placed next to the fish tank to make it seem like an accident. The culprit must have believed this camouflage would be enough to fool the peacekeepers.
I mean, it was.
So my father was murdered.
Yes, there is no mistake about it. This is murder.
Hold on. If the culprit wanted to make the victim look like he drowned, why did they destroy the fish tank?
Yeah, that's what I said too.
Didn't they
Why not
realize
just
the cover
drown
would be blown?
them?
And plus, all the fish tanks were destroyed, not just that one.
Again, they destroyed all the tanks in order to flood the entire room, but why?
It must have been part of their plan for the peacekeepers to overlook this contradiction. However, destroying the tanks required a lot of effort.
Here's the thing.
If the culprit did so despite the contradiction it created...
I have an idea of how this case went down, but that does not help me pinpoint who the culprit is. I have no idea who it could be.
Then we have to assume there was an unavoidable reason behind it.
An unavoidable reason.
So, who is the culprit?
I must investigate further to find that out. I'll report back once I find the answer.
Yes, please.
Has anyone outside your family entered or left the house recently?
I don't think so.
The servant, maybe?
Were there any tradesmen who came to work on your place?
I can't think of any.
Allow me to change the question. Have you recently done any remodeling or repairs to the home?
Oh, now that you mention it.
Oh.
The rain gutters on the roof were broken,
The
so
rain
Jaren
gutters?
fixed them.
Jaren.
He fixed the rain gutters?
Jaren. I knew I was sus of you from the
Yes.
beginning.
He's an
Hold
avid
on.
DIYer.
You think he did this?
He not only fixed the broken parts, but also checked the gutters around the whole building, which was a lot of work.
That would explain where he might have gotten the hose.
I see. That concludes my investigation.
Oh yeah, we got
What?
this.
Are you sure that's enough? Jeez, you're always off in your own world. I'm sorry about that. Our ace detective isn't very friendly.
Oh, the truth isn't very friendly
That
either,
being said,
buddy.
I believe this case will be solved soon. Please be patient for just a bit longer.
Thank you.
Jaren's the culprit. Halara's gonna come back and be like, yeah. Pets. The flavor of Halara's candy. Wait, Halara has candy? Since when did... Okay.
Halara, just as you suspected, it could be the fiancé.
Yup.
Jaren has been living in the client's home and mooching off her since he got fired from his job a year back. He's in quite a lot of debt, too. At one point, he was spending almost all his time in casinos.
Again with the casinos.
He kept asking the client's father for money, but was always denied. Seems the father was also against their marriage.
So money is the motive. If the father were to die, the daughter would inherit everything. So if he married
then-
her, the money would be his.
Oh, this is a very straightforward case, then, huh?
Makes sense. The thing is, that man has an alibi.
Yeah, I mean, given... Usually alibis end up sometimes not being completely...
The victim's estimated time of death is 10 at night. There's no mistake that Jaren was with the client at that time. It makes no sense to suspect Tetra, since she's our client. So we have to assume his alibi is airtight.
Right. I agree.
His alibi is perfect.
Hold on, there might be something.
Not only was he with Tetra at 10, but he was also with her for 2 hours before and after. So, as it stands, it's impossible for him to have killed the victim.
Unless he set up some kind of, like, I don't know, some kind of trick so that, like, the water would flood automatically without him having to be in the room. Like, maybe, you know, using the hose, I don't know, something.
No, the alibi isn't a problem. It's possible if a certain trick was used.
Yeah, I think Halara's onto that too.
A trick?
But I still lack hard evidence. Perhaps it's worth rolling the dice here.
Hey, are you sure about this?
We'll make our move tonight. Let's go to the client.
Actually, random question that just popped up. What happens if Halara uses postcognition, like, outside of a crime scene? Do they just, like, see, like, how stuff was at the time that a body was discovered, like, in any random place? Alright. I wonder how Jaren could have done it, though. I mean,
Is it
it
true we
involves
know
the
the truth
hose
behind this
somehow.
case?
Oh, yeah.
That's right, miss. Allow me to explain. The key detail for this case is the victim's cause of death. Without a doubt, the victim died by drowning. But making it look like he drowned in the fish tank was camouflage. Why would such a thing even be needed? Because it secured the killer's alibi.
You said that the victim's time of death was around 10 p.m.
Hold on, can I see the record? Where was the record? I remember there being one, right? Was there? Maybe there wasn't. Maybe I'm just, like, an idiot. Oh, there we go, yeah. Hang on, so let's see. Making it look like he drowned in the fish tank was camouflage. Yeah, obviously, but... But what do you mean? Like, did... Oh, I guess maybe... Yeah, maybe, he died before?
In other words, the culprit secured their alibi at the same time as they murdered the victim. Is that really possible?
Through a certain trick, it was possible to drown the victim even if the culprit wasn't there.
Drown him without being there?
The hose.
The trick the culprit used was...
The hose. Flooded the room.
First, it involves this rubber hose.
I knew the room was flooded immediately as soon as I saw those stains. But how exactly? That hose does not look big enough. Like, come on.
That's Sugar's toy.
If you untie the knot,
This is no toy.
it returns to being a hose. This was what was first used in the crime.
How was it used?
That does not look
Don't
long
tell
enough
me that's the murder weapon.
to bring water.
If you check
I guess
the
it was
vent,
from the rain?
you'll see the color of paint scraped on there matches the hose.
Oh, so it was in the vent.
It was likely passed through the vent.
Someone put the hose in the vent. Why would anyone do that?
It's nothing special. The hose was simply used for its original purpose.
Its original purpose?
One end of the hose was placed on the edge of the rain gutter on the
Yep.
veranda side.
The other, so it kept, like, getting rainwater and flooding the room.
Prior to this, the culprit adjusted the rain gutter so that the hose could be inserted into it. The rainwater from the gutter passed through the hose, filling the room.
Huh? What do you mean? Halara, you think this place got flooded with rainwater?
Literally look behind you, or around you, or at the entire wall of this
That would
room.
drench the whole place.
Yeah.
When the body was found, the room was, in fact, drenched.
But that was because of the broken fish tanks, right?
That's part of it. But the main reason was due to rainwater pouring into the enclosed room.
Wait, what do you mean? What's the point in flooding this room with rainwater?
The culprit's goal was to secure their own alibi at the estimated time of death. This trick was necessary.
Yeah, because I guess he was just drowning while they were watching TV or whatever.
I don't get it. Can you explain from the beginning?
Let's go over what the culprit did on the day of the crime, in order. First, the culprit mixed sleeping pills into the victim's dinner. While the victim was asleep, the culprit proceeded to prepare the trick.
Sleeping pills in his food? That reminds me. My father did seem sleepy shortly after eating dinner.
Oh, that's it. Okay, I guess my theory about him waking up isn't viable then.
After dinner, the victim likely went
Oh,
to his
yeah, that
room
seemed
to
too
lay
convenient.
down.
Yeah, that makes sense. So they really did just, like, I guess they drugged him, he fell asleep, and then they drowned him with the rainwater.
The culprit then sneaked into his room and carried him out while he was asleep. That was how the victim was transported to this room.
At this point, you're sure he was still alive?
Of course. If the culprit murdered the victim earlier, then their alibi wouldn't have worked. The culprit had to murder him in such a way that would secure their alibi. The preparations were done in this room. After bringing the victim here, the culprit used duct tape on the gap near the door to weather strip
So
it.
that's what the tape was for. Yeah, it was to stop the water from
Weather
leaking out, I
strip.
guess.
What's that?
It prevents water from leaking outside.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Let me explain. After weather stripping the door, the culprit started destroying the fish tanks. The
Why
culprit
would they
likely
destroy
covered
the
them with
tanks,
cloth
though?
to dampen the noise. Once he smashed all of them, he leaned the victim onto the fish tank.
Why would he destroy the tanks? What's the point? I mean, you were already I guess it was to, like, make the room flood faster?
The culprit
something?
then moved to the window on the veranda and weather stripped the outside of it. Finally, they took the hose connected to the rain gutter and passed it through the vent to the
Well, I
inside
guess...
of the
Okay,
room.
no, it wasn't to make the room flood faster. It was to make it seem like the cause of death had been the fish tanks, right?
Preparations in place, the culprit left through the veranda and returned to the mansion as if nothing had happened.
How does that complete everything? The victim was still alive at the time, right? When was he murdered?
When the water just poured
The
out.
victim naturally drowned after being left alone for several hours.
Huh? How's that?
The rainwater from the rubber hose flooded the room in a few hours. The whole room was turned into a fish tank.
He was unconscious for a
This
few
time
hours and
filled
still
with
didn't wake
rainwater.
up when he was. I don't know.
And
I
that
guess.
is how the victim drowned.
The whole room was flooded?
Again, the marks are right there, Yako. This isn't hard.
Can't be.
The proof lies in the stained walls. The day of the murder, the room must have been filled to that line with rainwater.
Rainwater killed the victim?
Correct. Only in this city could such an approach be possible.
Yep.
The rain never stops in Kanai Ward. This makes it easy to estimate the amount of rainfall to a certain degree. So it is not impossible to create this alibi trick with some calculation.
I think that's a bit of a stretch. Wouldn't it take at least half a day for the room to fill with enough rainwater to drown the victim?
I'm sure it would require more rainwater than usual to accomplish it. Which means you'd need to gather all the rain falling around this giant mansion.
And how would they do that?
Gather all of it? How?
It would require slight adjustments to the rain gutters. After that, the rainwater would flow to the veranda.
What, did they just like bend the gutters to go?
Adjustments to the rain.
Oh, he was up there fixing it. Ah!
There would be plenty of water if all of the rain that pours upon the mansion is rerouted to this room.
Gotcha.
That explains how the culprit secured their alibi while drowning the victim. In the morning, before the body was found, they removed the weather stripping and drained the water through the veranda. If you check the drain in the veranda, you should find dead tropical fish that were carried out with the rainwater. The culprit smashed the tanks beforehand to prevent rainwater from being stored inside.
Yeah, this guy was up there fixing the gutter or whatever right before the murder.
Well, that's how I would have done it. But maybe the culprit didn't realize that before they started draining the water. Seeing the fish tanks filled with rainwater, the culprit panicked and smashed all of the glass to hide the evidence.
Oh.
They must have carelessly broken the one fish tank the corpse was leaning on in the process. Isn't that how it went, Jaren?
Jaren!
I'll be direct. You are the culprit.
Oh yeah. Do we get him?
Hold on. Is this some kind of joke? Why would
Is
I
this some
kill
sort
my
of twisted
father-in-law?
joke?
That's stupid.
But you were fixing the rain gutters a few days before the incident.
That's because you asked me to fix them. How does fixing some stuff pin me as the culprit?
Who is this voice actor? Oh, I know this voice from somewhere.
That's crazy talk.
So you intend on maintaining that you're not the culprit?
Of course.
Then we'll have
I guess
to
we'll
ask
see
our
who it
little
is
friend for the answer.
after.
Come here, sugar.
Aw. Oh yeah.
This is the rubber hose used for the trick. There are scrapes on its surface. That's the proof. I'm sure the culprit tried to dispose of it, tying it into a knot before throwing it away. But our friend here found it for us. Good
Good
going,
girl.
sugar.
I love
Only
doggies.
the culprit has directly touched the rubber hose. I'm certain his scent is still on it. Tell us, sugar. What do you smell on this?
Wow, that's a good plan. Oh, that's why. Okay, that explains why they told Yako not to touch it.
So, it is you.
Uh-huh.
This is complete nonsense. I won't accept it. If I have to, I'll kill all of you.
Oh, okay. Well, that. Nice. Good defense, buddy.
Hey, don't tell me that you're really...
I was so close.
All right.
to
Oh wow.
getting
Okay.
all that money.
Oh no. Hold on.
Out. Why me? I can kill the woman anytime. I'll start off with you. Damn you, detectives. This is your
It's
fault
time.
for sticking your nose into my life.
Beat him up.
Can you handle this on your own, Chief?
I kind of don't feel like saving you right now.
Please help.
Shut up! I'll kill.
Oh, the coin to the face. Let's go. Dude, Halara is such a badass. Falcon kick! Den. There we go.
You saved me.
I never thought it would be like this.
Aw.
What am I supposed to do?
Sugar.
You're not alone.
Yeah, you have the doggy.
That's what she's saying.
If you ever need help, come to us. The Nocturnal Detective Agency will always be at your service.
Thank you.
Yay! Is that over? He's probably getting one last scene first. Kitty cat! Yes! We got the cat! This is the best ending.
As promised, you can keep that cat here.
Aw, little orange cat. Little Garfield. Oh, it's so cute!
I don't need your help.
I love cats.
That's what the cat is saying.
Come on, this cat thinks it's some sort of hard-boiled detective?
Well, perfect match.
Well, I suppose I don't mind.
This city is a difficult place to live. Even for the animals.
Right. I hope we can keep solving the mysteries here to make this city a better place. And make it a nicer place for them to live too.
I sincerely hope so.
You're so cold to humans, but you like animals.
Are you teasing me?
I love Halara.
See, there you go again, making that scary face. Seeing you play with the cat, you look kinda cute. It sure would be nice to see more of that smile around here.
Aw.
I hope you keep using your powers to change this city. I know you can do it.
They can.
For their sake, too.
That depends on the payment.
Yeah.
Come on. Well, how's this? Consider it the reward for this case.
Milk?
And maybe you could ask for permission
Oh,
next
I
time.
guess to feed the cat. Maybe we shouldn't be doing this out in the rain, though.
Thanks.
Ah, that's nice. And that is the end. Well, hang on. Let's see the voice actors. Yeah, Sean Chiplock. It was him. I knew I recognized the voice. All right. Again, Sean Chiplock was in the last one too. All right. Well, next time we are not gonna do Vivia's one because it's not out yet. I'm gonna do that whenever it comes out on the 27th. So next time on Raincode, we're gonna be doing pretty much the final thing that's left to do, which is the digital novel. So I cannot wait. Until next time, see you later. Bye-bye.